To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk was he definitely stood 10 toes down in his faith. But you gotta respect it, man. You gotta respect the fact that from the time in which I was aware of him and the time in which I was able to observe the way that he lived his life and how he stood for his family, and he was against breaking up families and going against Christian values and going back to the core of what God has ordained for us in order to be successful in our lives and relationships. And people absolutely hate it and they despise it. They hate structure. They hated accountability. I see a lot of people getting mad, especially black people, about what it is that he said about holding yourselves accountable, and they keep saying that he hated black people. But in what are you talking about? He hated the thing that we perpetuated to celebrate that was the worst for us. That's it. And now, you got the president of the United States of America saying, listen, he was a great guy. He espoused phenomenal values. And I don't believe in karma. I don't. I believe that when your time is when God allows for your time to be up, if you are a servant of His, a lot of times it could seem like your time is cut short, but He fought the good fight. And I think that, He really left it all on the line. He left it all on the table. And sometimes we wonder why good people, depending on what side of the fence you are on, why good people sometimes leave us so early. And I don't think that there's an explanation for it. I don't think that you can actually say how God should, manage what goes on this earth. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe sometimes, he just allows for humanity to do whatever it is that humanity does. And so I don't think that, today is a difficult day for a lot of people that actually espouse some of the same values as Charlie Kirk. I think that even worse, it's a horrible day for people that do not agree with the things that Charlie Kirk did. But what a lot of people also don't understand is that the fallout is going to be in our favor. It's going to be in the favor of the saints. It's going to be in the favor of the people that espouse conservative values. It's going to be in the favor of people that have or vote Republican. Because never before has there been any bigger of a movement, in my opinion, from the left to the right. And what we're now realizing is that conservatives and people that kind of share the same values as Charlie Kirk, we disagree hard. You know what I'm saying? We argue our points. We debate hard because we're passionate about what we believe in. A lot of liberals, especially if you just look at how they're even reacting to this whole situation and what happened to Charlie Kirk, they just violent. They just violent. They just evil. They violent. It's almost like a level of insanity. It's a level of like a demon spirit that they got in them. And it's like, okay, so you lose the debate and so you want to take people's lives and then other people celebrate it. But that's the same thing that I espouse is bad about black culture, is that they don't know how to think their way out of a white paper bag, but instead they go at other people violently about the things that they don't necessarily care for. Whereas, conservatives, which is one of the things that Charlie Kirk stood for, which is why he was debating on college campuses and allowed for people to debate him, is what he stood for was, let's have a debate. Let's have a conversation. I agree with you or I disagree with you, and you agree with me or you disagree with me. And what that could create is an understanding or even a friendship or respectable opponent, whatever it was. But the one thing that I'll say about Charlie Kirk is that he believed so much in America, and he believed so much in upholding the Constitution and the values and the republic by which we're governed by, that he would fight for your right to disagree and for being not being censored. Let's hear the rest of what Trump got to say, fam.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before.
Facts.
And it's not even close. May God bless his memory. May God watch over his family. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
And that's true. What people don't realize is that they now made him a martyr. They've magnified his voice instead of turning him off. Now you basically having him on every single channel, every rooftop, and he's probably inspiring more people than ever before. We'll get into it. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley. 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.